Just as I sat down on the plane flying abroad, I received a message from my tycoon wife. Xiao Yu's health is not suitable for donating bone marrow. I have found a new donor. Where are you? I'll come pick you up to the hospital to discuss the surgery time. Why aren't you replying to my messages? Sleeping. I didn't notice. I turned off the phone screen and closed my eyes, pretending to sleep. Not long after, the phone rang frantically. Where are you? Why aren't you at home? Where are you going so late at night? Answer the phone, pay you. If you don't answer the phone again, we're getting divorced. After countless unanswered messages and calls, she suddenly drove to the hospital, just because she knew my father with leukemia was still in the hospital. I couldn't possibly abandon him, but when she arrived at the hospital, she discovered my father's room was empty. She grabbed a nurse. Where's the patient? From this room. He had an emergency a few days ago, didn't make it. He's gone. His son cried all night outside the emergency room. I heard his wife had found a suitable bone marrow donor. I don't know why they didn't come save him. As the words ended, her face turned pale. Only then did she remember the appointment. On that surgery day, she couldn't bear to let Xiao Yu donate bone marrow, so she didn't let him go. My father lay on the operating table. His vital signs gradually disappeared. I made a total of 52 calls. Before I finally reached Xiao Yu, I almost screamed, Xiao Yu, where are you? The surgery has been delayed for 2 hours. My father, sobbing came through from the other end. I am sorry. I am too scared. I dare not come. I was about to speak, when the next moment I heard in the phone's background noise, a faint, familiar, gentle female voice. It's okay. It's okay. Don't cry anymore. If you're afraid of pain, don't donate. It was Lu Ruyan's voice. I was thunderstruck. The phone, thud, dropped to the ground. I staggered out of the hospital. In the most hidden corner of the parking lot, I saw the familiar black Maybach. The window was slightly open. Lu Ruyan's hand was gently stroking Xiao Yu's back, her gentleness blindingly obvious. Don't be afraid. At worst, the surgery will be postponed for another month. During this time, I'll use all my resources domestically to find a suitable person. Lu Ruyan's voice came through clearly. Don't worry. Xiao Yu stopped crying and smiled. Fortunately, I have Sister Lu. Otherwise, I really wouldn't know what to do. I've received your sponsorship. I should donate bone marrow to P's father, but I am too scared. Don't worry. I won't let you do something you don't want to. Lu Ruyan's voice was very gentle. Anytime. I'll be your support. The sound of an engine starting woke me from my stunned state. At that moment, I realized Lu Ruyan's previous words about being nice to Xiao Yu, just so he would be healthy, and donate bone marrow, were all lies to me. She had clearly fallen in love with that 8-year-old boy. The phone rang again. It was the hospital's number. I answered. I only heard the doctor's heavy voice. Mr. Pei, your father, 1 minute ago, due to multiple organ failure. Resuscitation was unsuccessful. Please accept our condolences. I collapsed onto the cold cement. Everything went dark before my eyes. I lost consciousness. After waking up, I numbly signed one document after another. My father lay there silently, as if in deep sleep. I held the hands that once took me to school, taught me how to write, now cold and stiff. Dad, I am sorry. I choked up, but couldn't shed tears. My heart felt like a large piece had been gouged out, leaving only a numbing pain. 3 days later, Lu Ruyan hadn't appeared. Not even a single phone call. I opened my social media. The first post was from Xiao Yu with 9 photos. Photos of him and Lu Ruyan by Hai Lake. Lu Ruyan had her arm around Xiao Yu's shoulders, her smile blindingly gentle. The caption read, "Thank you, Sister Lu, for being there. I am feeling much better now." I mechanically pressed the like button. Less than a minute later, my phone vibrated. Lu Ruyan's message appeared. Xiao Yu is emotionally unstable, temporarily unable to donate bone marrow. I've contacted the best experts domestically and internationally. Well, proceed with the surgery within a month. During this time, I'll stay with Xiao Yu to cheer him up, so he can adjust his state. I stared at the screen, suddenly laughed. She still didn't know my father had died. Even less did she know I had heard those words in the parking lot that day. Knew her heart had long ago deviated from its orbit. I closed the chat window and called another number. Aunt Liu, I know you've always been dissatisfied with me. Now, I agree to sign the divorce papers. Take the money and leave forever. Lu Ruyan's mother on the other end clearly paused for a moment. Didn't you always say you two were true love and refused to let go? I remained silent. Yes, I had once naively believed Lu Ruyan would love me forever as she did at the beginning. But hearts change, vows expire. She only loves that 8-year-old boy, and I am no longer 18. Finally, I just said gently, Aunt Lu, please send me the divorce papers. Lu Ruyan's mother's voice suddenly became relieved. All right, after you sign. Wait 1 month for the divorce reconciliation period, then leave. The money will be transferred to your account on time. I'll remember. After you leave, never appear before Ruyan again. I hung up. Very soon I received the electronic version of the divorce papers. I read every word, then clicked print. After printing, I immediately signed. Lu Ruyan, this time, I will make you completely disappear from my world. The next day, I went to the company, pushed open the editor-in-chief's office door. I handed over my resignation directly. Why do you suddenly want to resign? The editor-in-chief seemed surprised. How don't you really like this job? Your father is seriously ill. I approved all your leave requests. Timing-wise, the surgery should be over and he should be recovering. Right? I shook my head. As my father is gone, I am also getting divorced. Leaving this city, my colleagues had always been fond of me. Knowing I was about to resign, they all came to see me off at the company entrance. At this moment, someone suddenly exclaimed, "Ah, your wife who's crazy about you is here to pick you up." My whole body stiffened. Through the glass door, I saw the black Maybach, parked at the company entrance. I nodded goodbye to my colleagues, then hugged the cardboard box and walked out, opening the car door. Inside, Liu Ruyan was leaning over fastening Xia Yu's seatbelt. Her hair brushed past his neck. The moment the door opened, both of them turned their heads simultaneously, their expressions frozen. Xia Yu hurriedly sat up straight. "Brother Pei, don't misunderstand. I hadn't fastened my seatbelt. Sister Ruyan was just helping me. I don't misunderstand." I cut him off, my voice calm without a ripple. Liu Ruyan's eyes fell on the box I was hugging, her brows slightly furrowed. "You resigned?" I answered casually. "Yeah, I am tired." "What are your plans now?" Liu Ruyan stared at me for 2 seconds, finally just said calmly, "Get in." The car. There's a newly opened restaurant nearby. The food is very suitable for nourishing the body. Taking little you there to try it. Might as well take you along to taste it too. If it suits your taste, we can bring some for your father later. My fingertips slightly contracted. My heart felt like a dull knife slowly cutting into it. Father is already gone. Yet she didn't even come to see him one last time. But I said nothing, just silently got in the car. In the private room of the restaurant, Liu Ruyan ordered a table full of nutritious dishes. This black chicken soup with cordyceps is very good for post-surgery recovery. She ladled a bowl of soup, pushed it in front of Xia Yu. "You try it first." Xia Yu was pampered but afraid, took it and sipped a little. His eyes lit up. "Delicious." Liu Ruyan's lips curved slightly. She then picked up a steamed base, carefully removed all the bones, placed it in his bowl. "Fish meat is high in protein. Eat a bit more." Xia Yu's cheeks turned slightly pink. He said softly, "Sister Liu, you're too good to me." Throughout the process, I sat opposite them in silence, like an outsider. This meal was long and torturous. At the end, Liu Ruyan received a work call. "You two go down and wait for me first." She glanced at her phone, her brows slightly furrowing. "I'll be right there." Xia Yu and I entered the elevator together. The moment the elevator doors closed, Xia Yu suddenly smiled. "Brother Pei, you're so generous. Sister Liu treats me so well, and yet you aren't jealous at all." I ignored him, but Xia Yu wouldn't let it go. He leaned close to my ear, lowering his voice. "Actually, you've already realized, haven't you? Sister Liu has already fallen in love with me." My fingertips trembled. Xia Yu smiled smugly. "She says you're too boring, like a block of wood." As for me, before he could finish, the elevator suddenly shook violently. The lights flickered twice, then abruptly went out. Xia Yu grabbed my hand in panic. "What's happening?" I quickly pressed the emergency button. "Stay calm, the elevator is malfunctioning." The intercom transmitted the faint voice of a staff member. "Please remain calm. We're checking the malfunction." Xia Yu had started crying. "I am so scared. Come save me quickly." As soon as he finished speaking, the elevator shook violently again, then suddenly dropped a segment. Xia Yu collapsed, crying loudly. "Help! Save me!" My back pressed against the wall, fingers gripping the handrail tightly, knuckles turning white. Outside the elevator came the sound of hurried footsteps. Very soon, Liu Ruyan's voice came through the door gap. "Pei? You? Little you, are you two all right?" Xia Yu cried and shouted. "Sister Liu, save me. I am so scared." The staff's voice was urgent. "The elevator cable is damaged. It could fall at any moment. We can only save one person first. Please decide quickly." The air instantly froze. I held my breath. I heard Liu Ruyan's breathing become heavy. Heard Xia Yu sobbing. Heard my own heartbeat, like thunder. "Save little you." Liu Ruyan's voice was calm and clear. The blood in my body instantly turned cold. The elevator door was forcibly pried open a crack. Liu Ruyan reached in and pulled Xia Yu out. Xia Yu hugged Liu Ruyan tightly, face pale, whole body trembling. "Sister Liu, I was so scared. It's okay now." Liu Ruyan patted his back comfortingly. She turned her head to tell the staff, "Hurry and save you too." Just as the staff was about to act, the elevator suddenly made a piercing metal breaking sound. Crash. The elevator fell at high speed. The world suddenly went dark. When I opened my eyes again, the pungent smell of disinfectant assaulted my nose. I turned my head slightly, saw Liu Ruyan leaning against the hospital bed, faint dark circles under her eyes, as if she had been keeping watch for a long time. "You're awake? How do you feel?" I turned my head away. Liu Ruyan withdrew her hand, explaining, "The situation was urgent then. Little Yu is young and timid. Moreover, he still needs to donate bone marrow to your father later. There can't be any mistakes, so I saved him first." She paused for a moment, her voice softening. "Sorry for letting you get hurt." I suddenly spoke up, my voice hoarse. "Liu Ruyan, if there were no bone marrow donation issue, would you choose to save him or me?" The hospital room was frighteningly quiet, only the heart monitor making regular beep-beep sounds. After a few seconds, she said, Course, I would save you. Despite saying this, I laughed. Those few seconds of hesitation were her true answer. A phone ring suddenly sounded, breaking the deadly silence. Lu Ruyan glanced at the screen, her brows slightly furrowing. Little Yu, sobbing, came through from the other end. Sister Lu, I had a nightmare. I am so scared. Can you come to me? Lu Ruyan unconsciously looked at me. Go ahead, I said calmly. I don't need you here. Liu Ruyan didn't think much, instead nodded. You rest well. I'll come visit you tomorrow. Her departing figure was very hurried. She even forgot to take her coat. During my days of recovery, Liu Ruyan didn't visit me once, only texting that she was busy with work. I didn't expose her lie, and checked out of the hospital alone. A few days later, I organized a gathering to say goodbye to my friends in this city. Everyone finished chatting and eating. I paid the bill, so left last. Just as I was about to leave the restaurant, Liu Ruyan called out to me. Pei Yu. Liu Ruyan stood not far away, her brows slightly furrowed. Why are you here? Without waiting for my answer, she had already walked over. I just happened to have a gathering here. Let's go back together later. I wanted to break free, but she firmly pulled me into a private room. The moment she pushed open the door, I saw Xia Yu sitting in the main seat, wearing a crisp white shirt, like an innocent angel. Liu Ruyan noticed my gaze and said, he's about to donate bone marrow. You need to keep an eye on him at all times. Can't have any accidents. I said nothing, just sat quietly in a corner. In the private room, drinks were passed around. After several rounds, everyone noisily demanded to play truth or dare. After a few rounds, I lost. The punishment for this dare was to reveal a secret no one knew. Someone joined in. After a moment of silence, I said softly, my secret is, in a few days, I will give Liu Ruyan a big gift. The room suddenly went quiet for a moment. Someone laughed to ease the tension. How is that a secret? In a few days, Uncle Pei will have surgery. Giving Ruyan a thank you gift is normal. Others chimed in. That's right. Choose something else or you'll be penalized again. I took a deep breath. Just as I was about to speak, a soft crack came from above. No one noticed, except Liu Ruyan. She unconsciously looked up and saw the huge crystal chandelier slightly shaking. The connecting screws had loosened halfway. A loud boom. The chandelier crashed down. In that moment, Liu Ruyan pushed her chair back hard, lunged towards Xia Yu, shielding him securely under her body. The crystal chandelier hit her back. Glass shards scattered everywhere. I didn't even have time to dodge. Intense pain shot through my shoulder and back. Sharp glass fragments embedded deep in my flesh. I staggered back several steps and collapsed amid the chaos. Fresh blood quickly soaked through my white shirt. In my blurry vision, I saw Liu Ruyan anxiously checking Xia Yu's injuries. Xia Yu, where are you hurt? Her voice full of concern. Xia Yu only had a shallow cut on his arm from a glass shard, but was crying miserably. Sister Liu, it hurts so much. Take me to the hospital right away. Liu Ruyan pulled him up, quickly walked out, not even turning back to look at me covered in blood. I struggled to get up from the glass shards on the floor. Went to the hospital alone, while the doctor treated my wounds. I was in so much pain I broke out in cold sweat, but didn't make a sound. After my wounds were treated, I picked up my phone, but accidentally saw Xia Yu had updated his social media status. In the photo, he wore a diamond watch on his wrist. Caption, gift from Sister Ruyan. She said it suits me very well. My pupils contracted. That was the 18th birthday gift my father gave me. After father passed away, I could never bring myself to wear it. Kept it safely in the safe at home. Liu Ruyan had given it to Xia Yu. I ignored the doctor's objections, pulled out the IV, staggered to Xia Yu's hospital room. Xia Yu's room was at the end of the corridor. When I pushed open the door, he was leaning against the headboard, smugly playing with the watch. Seeing me enter, he immediately switched to a panicked expression, hiding his wrist behind his back. Brother Pei, there's no one else here. You don't need to act. I stared at him. Give me back the watch. My voice was frighteningly hoarse. Xia Yu shook his head with reddened eyes. No. I staggered to Xia Yu's hospital room. I said each word distinctly. That was a gift from my father to me. Give it back to me. After speaking, I didn't say more. Directly rushed forward to snatch it back. During the struggle, Xia Yu suddenly pushed the window open, threw the watch out. No. Without thinking, I lunged toward the window, reached out to catch it. Crash! The watch fell onto the cement ground below, shattering into pieces, and I fell halfway out the window, hitting the safety net hard. When I regained consciousness again, thick gauze was wrapped around my forehead, my whole body aching as if crushed. Liu Ruyan sat beside the hospital bed. Seeing me open my eyes, her brows furrowed slightly. It was just a watch. Was it necessary to jump out the window? My voice was hoarse. It was the last gift my father gave me. What? Right? Did you have to give it to Xia Yu? Liu Ruyan was stunned for a moment, then said impatiently. Little Yu was frightened. Nothing I gave him worked. He only likes this one. She paused for a moment. Besides, isn't your father still there? In the future, there will be many chances to give you gifts. No need to be so calculating. My heart suddenly tightened. In her heart and eyes, she only had Xia Yu. She didn't even know my father had passed away. Seeing my silence, Liu Ruyan thought I had accepted her words, so she stood up saying, rest well. I am going to check on little Yu. After being discharged, I returned to the villa, began packing the things I needed to take. I threw all of Lu Ruyan's gifts into the trash, like discarding this ridiculous 5-year marriage. Lu Ruyan didn't come home all day. I didn't ask anything either, until the day the divorce reconciliation period ended. Madame Lu personally came to the house. Here's the divorce certificate and compensation money. Madame Lu handed me the documents. A winner's smile spreading across her meticulously cared-for face. I'll deliver that divorce paper. You should abide by your promise and disappear. I calmly accepted it. When my fingertips touched the cold divorce paper, I felt like a burden had been lifted. I said softly, "Don't worry. From now on, I will never appear in her world again." As I pulled my suitcase away, a light rain was falling. Just like the day Lu Ruyan and I were released from prison, before the plane took off, my phone suddenly vibrated. It was a message from Lu Ruyan. "Little Yu's body is not suitable for bone marrow donation. But don't worry, I've found a new donor. Where are you? Ill. Come pick you up to the hospital to discuss the surgery time." I stared at the screen, suddenly laughed. "No need anymore. Lu Ruyan, never need it again." I blocked her number immediately, deleted all contact methods, then turned off my phone. At the same time, Lu Ruyan held the unanswered phone, a strange uneasiness suddenly rising in her heart. After comforting Xia Yu, she drove home, only to find the villa empty, with only Madame Lu sitting on the sofa, calmly enjoying tea. "Mother, where is Pei Yu?" Madame Li Yu put down her teacup. "You're looking for him? I have something to discuss with him. About his father's surgery." Madame Lu shook her head, looking at her daughter with complex eyes. "No need anymore, don't you know? His father died a month ago." Lu Ruyan was thunderstruck. The car keys in her hand, clank, fell to the ground. "You two are also divorced now." Madame Lu handed her the divorce certificate. "From now on, he will never appear before you again." Looking at it again and again, at her own portrait on the divorce paper, Lu Ruyan still couldn't believe this was real. A feeling of overwhelming panic immediately descended, drowning her completely. Her hand gripped the divorce paper so tightly, it turned white, almost cracking at the corner of her eyes with anger. After taking countless deep breaths, Lu Ruyan let out a slight sneer, said with disbelief, "Mother, are you joking with me? You and Pei Yu never got along. Why would you suddenly help him deceive people like this? Even forging a divorce certificate. Stop joking. Where is Pei Yu? Call him out here right now. His father's condition is very critical. Time waits for no one. The earlier someone gets a marrow transplant, the earlier they'll recover. Don't joke around at a time like this. Stop teasing me." She carelessly threw the divorce paper into the trash, her face full of skepticism. Madame Lu frowned, saying flatly, "Ruyan, mother is not helping Pei Yu deceive you. This is the truth. You two are divorced. Pei Yu's father has passed away. Believe it or not, I have other matters to attend to. We'll quickly select suitable wealthy young men from matching families, then arrange for you to meet them for dates. Establish marriage ties early, so we can be at ease." Hearing these words, Lu Ruyan's face immediately darkened. "I won't go on any blind dates, mother. The Liu family hasn't reached the point where we need family alliances to maintain operations. I won't even glance at any of those rich young masters. I don't agree to divorce Pei Yu, so it doesn't count as a divorce," she said, without hesitation, with an attitude that allowed no opposition. Madame Lu was too tired to argue with her, just calmly stood up and left, leaving with one sentence, "You'll realize, only marrying a wealthy young man is the best choice. Mother will wait until you come to your senses." After speaking, Madame Lu left, without looking back. Liu Ruyan irritably massaged her temples, looking at the divorce paper in the trash, feeling slightly breathless. The divorce paper with its official seal didn't look fake, but regardless, she didn't believe Pei Yu would divorce her. As for what mother said about Pei Yu's father being dead, she even less believed it. Liu Ruyan frowned tightly, searching throughout the villa. "Pei Yu, Pei Yu, Pei Yu, Pei Yu. Stop playing around. Your father is still in the hospital, waiting for bone marrow. You've always been so concerned about him. How could you not care about him now? Continuing to play like this is really meaningless. I know you're unhappy about what happened before, but there's no need to act out now." She continued searching, muttering to herself. However, searching the entire villa, there was still no sign of Pei Yu. No one answered her either. Instead, the more she searched, the more panic she felt. The villa had become empty without her noticing. Many of Pei Yu's belongings had disappeared. His entire person seemed to have never existed, vanished from the world. A belated sense of unease kept swirling in her heart. Lu Ruyan's thin lips pressed into a straight line, her expression extremely unpleasant. She darkly called her assistant. "Now, find out Pei Yu's whereabouts as quickly as possible. By the way, send someone to the hospital to check on Pei Yu's father. See if he's still alive. If he's alive, then arrange surgery immediately." After receiving the order, the assistant hurriedly went to investigate. During the waiting period, Lu Ruyan only felt it was unbearably long, each second passing like a year. An unpleasant thought arose in her mind. That wouldn't go away. It can't be. It can't be. Mother earlier must have been coordinating with Pei Yu to deceive me. They must have already discussed it. Some kind of cooperation. Pei Yu would absolutely not divorce her. Pei Yu's father would absolutely be fine. However, after a while of self-deception, all the investigation results from her assistant finally arrived. The assistant trembled as he spoke. "Director Liu, Mr. Pei, took a flight abroad this morning. Your mother helped him erase all traces. We couldn't track where he went. And and also hearing him stutter endlessly. Unable to form a coherent sentence, Lu Ruyan grew somewhat impatient. Assistant Chen, just say it directly. Don't drag it out, or I'll dock your pay. As soon as she said this, the assistant immediately blurted out the truth. Director Liu Peiyu's father died on the operating table a month ago after his immune system was His immune system was completely destroyed. He didn't receive the bone marrow transplant in time and died from infection. Boom! The assistant's words were like a deafening thunderclap, echoing in Liu Ruyan's head, making her thoughts chaotic. How could it be? How could Pei Yu's father possibly die? Didn't I find the best doctors to care for him? There were precedents after destroying the immune system. As long as proper care was provided, one would be temporarily fine. How could this happen? Assistant Chen, have you been bribed by Pei Yu? Want to coordinate with him to put on a show? Enough. Stop acting. Her eyes were bloodshot, screaming until her voice was hoarse. The truth was clearly laid out before her eyes, but she still refused to believe it. Or more accurately, it wasn't that she didn't want to believe, it was that she didn't dare to believe. If all of that was true, then a month ago, she had indirectly caused the death of Pei Yu's father. Just thinking about it, she found it hard to accept. Assistant Chen only felt extremely wronged, continuously explaining, Director Liu, I didn't. I work under you. How could I be casually bribed by Mr. Pei? His father's death is the truth. I have no reason to lie. Lu Ruyan listened in silence, her heart sinking to rock bottom. After a long while, she only made a sound of then hung up. She didn't know when. She had retrieved the divorce paper from the trash, staring at her own photo on the divorce paper. She unconsciously became lost in thought. The image of their wedding day was still deeply imprinted in her mind. Marrying the one she loved was the happiest moment in Lu Ruyan's life. She didn't care about Pei Yu's family background, only deeply loved him, wanted to be with him forever. Back then, they never imagined they would end up like this. For the rester. Words divorce had deeply hurt Lu Ruyan's heart. She caressed Pei Yu's photo on her phone, grief-stricken to the point of almost losing her voice. I am sorry, Pei Yu. I am really sorry. I didn't know his father was so seriously ill at that time. If I had known, I absolutely would not have dragged it out until now. I am sorry. She blamed herself, apologizing again and again, but even she herself had forgotten. That day, Pei Yu had clearly told her that his father was in critical condition, had received a critical condition notice, could die at any moment. It was because she was only focused on comforting Shai Yu, coaxing him. Clearly, if she had just gone to the operating room for a moment at that time, she could have known Pei Yu's father's situation, but she didn't do that. Lu Ruyan indeed felt guilty and regretful, but only because Pei Yu had left, lying in bed. She didn't feel sleepy at all. Pei Yu's distinctive scent lingered in her nose, but he was nowhere to be found. She had indirectly caused his father's death. Would he really forgive her? Yu Ruyan had no certainty in her heart. All night, she kept her eyes open until dawn, thinking all night long. She still couldn't figure out how to coax Pei Yu to return, but she didn't want to wait anymore. Lu Ruyan brought her tired appearance back to her old home, went straight to Madame Lu. Mother, tell me Pei Yu's whereabouts. I can't live without him, no matter how good other men are. I don't want them. I only want him. We've been married for years, with such a stable relationship. Why did you drive him away? I know I was wrong, but as long as I apologize, he will always forgive me, but now has gone. I don't even have the chance to coax him back. If you want to see me grow old alone, unmarried, childless, then go ahead and try, she threatened in a low voice. Madame Lu found this extremely laughable after hearing it, letting out a slight sneer. Ruyan, mother didn't drive Pei Yu away. He actively sought me out, asking for divorce and to leave. Do you think at this point, he would still forgive you? Stop joking. As she spoke, she pulled out from her briefcase a stack of profiles of wealthy young men in elite circles of appropriate age, slapped them on the table in front of Lu Ruyan. Pei Yu has lost all feelings for you. Mother doesn't care what happened between you two. Now all of that is in the past. The Lu family needs a man of matching status to produce outstanding offspring. Choose one. These are all carefully selected people, excellent in all aspects. In the thick stack of profiles, there were all kinds of men with different styles and personalities. There were even a few who looked similar to Pei Yu. Liu. Ruyan just casually glanced, already feeling extremely annoyed. With a tearing sound, she directly ripped all the profiles to shreds. Mother, I've already said, I don't need other men, nor will I have children with other men. I will only be with Pei Yu. Have children with him. Mother, stop doing these meaningless things. Pei Yu loves me deeply. I absolutely don't believe he actively sought you out. Just tell me his whereabouts. Heh. Madame Lu almost laughed with anger, then threw down a surveillance video clip. That was the entire process. Pei Yu and Madame Lu talking in the cafe that day. Looking at this video, Liu Ruyan was speechless. Her red lips pressed tightly, stretched into a straight line. See? Mother let you two marry. Long ago gave up trying to force you to divorce. It was Pei Yu who had lost hope in you, actively sought me out. Madame Liu indifferently raised her eyebrows, then printed out another stack of profiles, handed them to her. You can tear them up as many times as you want. You still have to look at them. Pei Yu doesn't love you anymore and isn't suitable for you. You should make another choice. If you don't choose a wealthy young man for a family alliance, Mother won't tell you Pei Yu's whereabouts. You can think it over carefully. Hearing these words, Lu Ruyan's eyes darkened, silent for a long while, staring at Madame Lu, saying each word, "Mother, is your commercial marriage happy now? It doesn't seem to be, does it? Living the days as you do now. What right do you have to force me into an arranged marriage? With my current abilities, even without a marriage alliance, I can take the Liu family to new heights. You and father don't need to worry. I won't listen to you too. Always the closest ones. You know best what words hurt the related most." Madame Lia's cold expression cracked, rarely revealing a trace of weakness. Emotions in her eyes flickered. Yes, her marriage now was nothing special. She and Mr. Liu each had their own lives outside. Marriage was just an alliance of interests between two families, together producing a crystallization of benefits, to strengthen the family only, even though she didn't want to. She couldn't help but do so, because she had already benefited, naturally had to follow the rules within the family. She had given Li Ruyan a chance. Her marriage to Pei Yu had still ended in failure. No different from their arranged marriages. No matter how much love there was, it would all end the same way. But bonds of interest would not. Madame Liu closed her eyes when she opened them again. She had returned to her cold demeanor. Lu Ruyan, I am informing you, not asking your permission. All right, in a few days, I will arrange for someone to meet you. Once? She said in a voice that allowed no objection. Lu Ruyan's face immediately turned black as ink. Her sharp eyes narrowed slightly. Mother, you will regret your decision. After speaking, she left without hesitation, driving aimlessly on the street, watching countless couples on the road. She only felt a void in her heart. At this moment, her phone suddenly rang. Lu Ruyan happily parked her car, picked it up to check, but the moment she saw clearly, the light of hope in her eyes, the caller wasn't Pei Yu, but Xia Yu. She frowned, feeling somewhat indescribably irritated, but finally still answered. Hello? What is it? Hearing her cold voice, Xia Yu was stunned for a moment, only gradually came back to his senses, softly saying, Sister Ruyan, how is P's father's health? I probably don't need to donate bone marrow anymore, right? About you mentioning making me your secretary before. Is that still happening? I haven't seen you for a day or two. Miss you a bit, if it were before. Lu Ruyan would certainly have responded that she missed him too, but now she really wasn't in the mood. She impatiently rubbed her forehead, trying to speak in a calm tone. Don't worry about Pei Yu's father anymore. It's none of your business. The secretary matter can wait. I am busy now. I don't have time to coax you. You go rest well. She was about to hang up. Xia Yu hurriedly spoke up. Sister Ruyan, did I do something wrong? Or is Pei Yu unhappy with me? Said something? I don't want anything else. I just don't want to be away from you. In his sticky words, there was a somewhat ambiguous tone. Lu Ruyan unconsciously frowned again, just feeling his words were a bit strange, but finally said nothing. Only saying Pei Yu. Didn't say anything about you. I am just a bit busy lately. All right, hanging up now. She hurriedly hung up, drove to find someone to investigate Pei Yu's whereabouts. Just finding one force to investigate wasn't enough for her. She used connections she had accumulated before, called the leading Jiang family in America, asking the Jiang family's power holder for help. Miss Jiang, this is Lu Ruyan. Please help me find my husband abroad. Pei Yu. I've sent his detailed information. The Lu family and the Lu family behind my mother are hindering me. I can only ask for your help. Jiang Mi, on the other end, glanced meaningfully at Pei Yu's photo, neither agreeing nor refusing. Lu Ruyan, I can try, but whether I can find him is uncertain. Moreover, asking me to find someone comes at a certain price. I wonder how much you can pay. As long as you find Pei Yu, bring him before me. The mineral deposit the Liu family acquired in a country, half will be yours. Lu Ruyan said without hesitation, her heart extremely anxious. She feared the longer it dragged on, the colder and more distant Pei Yu would become toward her, the smaller the chance of him returning to me. Jiang Ni made a light TSK sound, finally agreed. Hope you'll keep your word when the time comes. Remember to transfer the deposit to my account. After speaking, she hung up. Lu Ruyan wasn't angry. She knew this was Jiang Ni's character. Having cooperated with Jiang Ni several times, she had almost completely memorized that person's character. After arranging this side, Lu Ruyan went to find several capable detective agencies. It doesn't matter as long as the mouse is caught. Whether the cat is black or white, it's a good cat. She no longer had the mind to care about these things. Several consecutive days passed. Still, no one could trace Pei Yu's whereabouts. However, a detective agency reported to Liu Ruyan a part of the truth she was unaware of. Director Liu, although we couldn't find Mr. Pai's whereabouts, we did find this. This is footage from an angle at the auction, captured by surveillance cameras, and this is from the underground parking lot surveillance of the hotel where the birthday party was held. And all of these were accidentally obtained while searching for Mr. Pei's whereabouts. They might be useful to you. Please take a look. Hearing this, Lu Ruyan unconsciously frowned, took the computer and looked through it. I already know everything that happened. No need to look again. Before she could finish, she had already seen several things. How could it be like this? In the stairwell of the auction, Xia Yu, who had always appeared innocent and pure, completely changed his image in front of her. He forcefully pushed Pei Yu down the stairs. In the underground parking lot, it was Xia Yu who followed persistently, even actively ran out to block the car. At the hospital, it was even Xia Yu who deliberately provoked breaking the watch Pei Yu's father had left him. One incident after another, all different from what Liu Ruyan had believed. Her pupils contracted, unbelievingly watching these surveillance videos over and over, countless times. Xiaoyu, you're really something. Liu Ruyan growled through gritted teeth, her hands on the table clenched into fists, making a teeth-grindingly painful sound. All along, she had thought Xiaoyu was innocent and pitiful, always protected him. But what had he done? If he hadn't bullied AU like that, AU would never have divorced and left her. How she regretted that for such a man. She had indirectly caused Pei Yu's father's death. After taking several deep breaths, she barely controlled her rage. She darkly called Xiaoyu, her voice strangely cold. Xiaoyu, come to the Northern City Detective Agency immediately. The sooner, the better. Hearing this, Xiaoyu was stunned for a moment, his mind foggy. Sister Ruyan, why are you calling me there? Somehow he felt uneasy, unconsciously wanting to refuse. Sister Ruyan, I am still busy studying how to be a good secretary. Northern City is too far. Can I not go? No. I've already sent someone to pick you up, she said in a voice that allowed no opposition, then hung up, not giving him a chance to refuse. Not long after, the bodyguard brought Xiaoyu. Director Liu, the person, has been brought. Xiaoyu hugged his scratched arm, his expression momentarily unpleasant, but hurriedly bowed his head, pretending to be pitiful. Sister Ruyan, it hurts so much. Why did the bodyguard suddenly become so violent with me? As he spoke, he held out his reddened arm for Liu Ruyan to see. However, in Liu Ruyan's eyes there was no more sympathy. Her black eyes only contained anger and hatred. Xiaoyu, when you're injured, you know pain. Then have you ever thought about AU? When you pushed him down the stairs, repeatedly slandered him, when you hurt him, did you ever think that he would be in pain too? I and AU took care of you like that, treated you so well, even gave up having you donate bone marrow. Why are you so ungrateful? She stared at Xiaoyu, roaring with anger. Xiaoyu trembled with fear, face pale. No, it wasn't me. Sister Ruyan, you must have misunderstood me. I am so grateful to you and Brother Pei. How could I harm him? On the contrary, it's Brother Pei, who's always been dissatisfied with me, resented me for not donating bone marrow to his father, bullied me in all sorts of ways. I endured a bit. It's fine. It's just that, Sister Ruyan. How could you misunderstand me? He said, with reddened eyes. Hey. Misunderstanding. Liu Ruyan coldly sneered, grabbed his collar and pushed him down in front of the computer. Then tell me, what are these? How are they fabricated? Xiaoyu, I am not a fool. The moment he saw the surveillance video content, the blood drained from Xiaoyu's face. His lips trembled continuously. I don't know. These are all fake. This must be content that Pei Yu edited and tampered with. Sister Ruyan, I could never do such things. You have to believe me. His fingers gripped her clothes, red-eyed as he begged, but Liu Ruyan had completely lost patience arguing with him. She casually threw him to the ground. You hurt AU so many times. Now you should pay back one by one. Bodyguards, do it, she coldly spoke, disappointedly. Closing her eyes, the bodyguard pulled out a whip that gleamed with cold light, lashed it hard against Xiaoyu, one lash after another. The whip with sharp barbs cruelly tore through clothing and flesh. He screamed until his voice was hoarse, pain making cold sweat break out, his throat almost raw. Fresh blood flowed from the wounds, dyeing the ground red. Liu Ruyan closed her eyes again, turning her back on everything, completely acting as if she heard nothing. Xiaoyu was in so much pain he almost passed out, his bloody hand trying to support his body, desperately crawling toward her. Sister Yan, I know I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. I was just momentarily foolish. Please forgive me. I can apologize to Brother Pei. He wants me to donate however much bone marrow to his father. I can do it. I really can't take it anymore. Sister Ruyan. His pleading voice grew increasingly weak, extremely pitiful. If it were before, Liu Ruyan would have felt heartbroken, seeing him injured even slightly. Hearing him beg like this, she would have already comforted him. But now, she would never do that again. If not for him, how could Pei Yu have left so decisively? It must be that Xiaoyu had made AU suffer too many grievances. It must be that Xiaoyu had wronged him. Liu Ruyan deceived herself, as if torturing Xiaoyu like this could help her reduce some of her guilt. No matter how he begged, she acted as if she heard nothing, letting Xiaoyu be tortured. There was no other way. This was the price for him bullying AU. If she didn't do this, AU would absolutely never turn back. Who knows how long it had been? Xiaoyu was beaten until barely breathing, fresh blood flowing all over him. Looking at her merciless back, his heart completely turned cold and completely gave up. Begging, he didn't understand. Why in just a few short days, everything had changed. Clearly before, Liu Ruyan had still doted on him, coaxed him. Clearly before, they were just one step away from breaking the window paper, if not hindered by Pei Yu. Perhaps they would have been together long ago, but now, it was all over. Xiaoyu desperately closed his eyes, letting himself pass out. If possible, he hated that he could never wake up again. At least then he wouldn't suffer anymore. Waking up would only bring endless torture. Only when the bodyguard dragged Xiaoyu to the hospital for treatment did Liu Ruyan slowly turn around. Her eyes paused on the pool of blood on the ground for a moment, then gently moved away. Here's the compensation money, and bonus for finding this useful information this time. After placing down a bank card, Yu Ruin walked out, leaving the detective office. She drove, bought a bunch of white chrysanthemums, bought some fruit, joss paper, candles, and incense. She brought it all to Pei Yu's father's grave. After arranging all the offerings, Liu Ruin knelt down, sincerely kowtowed 3 times. I am sorry, father. I didn't take good care of Yu. I broke my initial promise. It's my fault that I didn't cure your illness, made you leave this world. She apologized word by word from the bottom of her heart, even slapped herself hard across the face, so hard that her cheek immediately turned red. The corner of her mouth even tore, bleeding a few streaks, but only the desolate wind answered her. She looked up at Pei Yu's father's photo on the tombstone, heart full of guilt and self-blame. In the black and white photo, Pei Yu's father, due to his illness, looked a bit thin, but his eyes and smile were kind and gentle, as if he could forgive all mistakes. Liu Ruyan even remembered the first time she followed Pei Yu home. She had been extremely nervous, but Pei Yu's father hadn't made things difficult for her, only repeatedly told her to treat Yu well, saying that even if he had to risk his old life, he wouldn't forgive her otherwise. At that time, Liu Ruyan had agreed without hesitation, because she was confident she would love Pei Yu forever, consistently treat me well. With the tragedy of her parents' marriage as an example, Liu Ruyan was extremely careful about marriage, but now, she seemed to have lost that initial sincerity, asking herself, her treatment of Xia Yu, was it really just because of pity and care for the bone marrow donor? No. The donor found later, she had only compensated with enough money and status, completely different from how she treated Xia Yu, the promise made years ago. Liu Ruyan ultimately failed to keep. Only when Pei Yu had completely left did she truly regret. She didn't want me to leave, didn't want to divorce me. He didn't want a future life without my participation. She regretted having feelings for Xia Yu, but now everything could no longer be salvaged. Slap! The sound rang out. Liu Ruyan slapped herself hard across the face again. She blamed herself. Father, this slap is me apologizing to Yu. I have been wrong too many times, causing Yu to leave me. I am sorry. I will try to make amends to you. Make amends to Yu. I also beg you to let me find Yu soon. All those who have hurt him, I will not spare a single one. She continued muttering for a long time. She knelt until her legs were numb, before standing up to leave. After returning to the villa, Yu Ruyan took several sleeping pills, but didn't feel sleepy at all. Her eyes were bloodshot, dark circles under her eyes. Clearly, her body was exhausted, but she still sat up. She anxiously searched throughout the villa, trying to find any item of Pei Yu's that might remain. Even just one would do. But no matter how she searched, she found nothing. Everything related to me in the villa had long completely disappeared. Even on the bed, the lingering scent from my body had completely vanished. Yu, I really miss you so much. I really regret now. Can you come back and look at me once? Even just once, she stubbornly muttered, but no one answered. Countless consecutive days, Liu Ruyan still couldn't find Pei Yu's whereabouts. Various forces, even Jiang Ni couldn't find him. The overwhelming desperation nearly drowned her. The worry and longing in her heart grew stronger, almost driving her crazy. Anger and frustration with nowhere to vent. Liu Ruyan once again came before Xia Yu. Xia Yu lay on the hospital bed, seeing her arrive, unconsciously shrank back. Sister Ruyan, I won't dare do anything to Brother Pei anymore. Can you please forgive me? Forgive you? Then who will forgive me? Who will return Yu to me? Liu Ruyan's eyes darkened, almost squeezing out these words from deep in her throat. Before, you enjoyed so much sponsorship, also received so much compensation. You should fulfill your promise. You owe Yu's father. You should pay it back now. Hearing these words, Xia Yu's heart sank continuously, dropped to rock bottom. These days, he had also learned of Pei Yu's divorce and departure, and of Pei Yu's father's death. He had originally thought Liu Ruyan would torture him a few times to atone for his bullying of Pei Yu before. That would be enough. But now he never expected he would still have to donate bone marrow. Xia Yu continuously backed away, struggling non-stop. No, I don't want to donate bone marrow. Sister Ruyan, donating bone marrow is so painful. Please spare me this once. Il apologized to Mr. Pei and his father. His father has already passed away. No one needs bone marrow anymore. Can you forgive me? He trembled with fear, begging until his voice was hoarse. Liu Ruyan coldly, mercilessly refused. All the sympathy and care she had for him before had long vanished completely after learning he had harmed Yu many times, completely disappeared without a trace. She stared at the constantly evading Xia Yu, only coldness remaining. Do it. The debt to Yu, the debt to Yu's father, must all be paid. As soon as she finished speaking, nurses and doctors approached Xia Yu, coldly held him down, injected him with anesthesia, then dragged him into the operating room. This voluntary surgery finally began. In the operating room, Xia Yu cried out in pain, hurt to the point of not wanting to live. The feeling of having part of his bone marrow extracted was not pleasant at all. As soon as the surgery ended, he only felt his whole body severely weakened, his entire body like it was shattered. But Liu Ruyan didn't even look at him once more, directly led the bodyguards away, abandoning him to fend for himself in the hospital, leaving one final sentence. From today, all sponsorship for CIU is completely cut off. From now on, everything of his has nothing to do with the Liu family. Hearing this, Xiaoyu was completely desperate, leaning against the hospital bed sobbing. Gone. Everything is gone. Glory and wealth, happiness, favor, all gone. His eyes empty, unconsciously muttering. At this moment, the hospital room door was suddenly pushed open. Sister Ruyan, he unconsciously thought, that Lu Ruyan had returned. However, the ones who entered weren't Lu Ruyan, but a middle-aged couple dressed cheaply. Ordinarily, they were his parents. Slap. The sound rang out. Xiaoyu's parents slapped him hard. Xiaoyu, when we sent you to the Liu family before, what did you promise us? You said you'd give us a lot of money, so we could live comfortably. Also said, you'd marry into the Liu family. But what about now? Now everything is lost. The whole family, so many people, still waiting for your money to get by. Your younger brother is still waiting for your money to go to university, buy a house. Now, what do you want us to do? They showed no respect for Xiaoyu's face, pointing at his nose while cursing him terribly, calling him useless, bastard, son of a bitch. The insults just poured out. Hearing these words, Xiaoyu's heart grew even more desperate. Clearly, he had tried so hard. Why did it still come to this? Why still couldn't escape this home? He bowed his head, silently enduring his parents' scolding, showing no reaction. Whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, things have come to this. It can't get any worse, no matter what Xiaoyu's parents scolded him with. He silently endured it all. After cursing to the end, they also got bored. Only threatened Xiaoyu. I give you 3 days to give us 3 million. As long as there's money. Well, pretend we don't have a son like you. If you can't do it, well, sell you. Sell you to Myanmar for money. Hearing this, Xiaoyu's eyes darkened, flashing with a hint of cruelty. After being sponsored by Lu Ruyan, he had indeed received quite a bit of money, but most had been taken by his parents. Now he had very little left. Where would he get 3 million to give them? If that's the case. Anyway, they couldn't be family anymore. Then let him abandon them. First, all right, I understand. I'll gather money as quickly as possible. Parents, wait a bit. He pretended to be afraid and worried, timidly said. Xiaoyu's parents didn't think much, just thought he was as cowardly as usual, obediently listened, then left singing. As soon as they left, Xiaoyu used the little money he had left, hired a few bodyguards, checked out of the hospital early and left. He ignored the wounds on his body, bought the earliest flight abroad, never looking back. The next day, just as Xiaoyu's parents were about to come intimidate him again, they only received a long bill from the nurse. Are you Xiaoyu's parents? Here are all the medical expenses for his stay in the hospital during this period. Please pay as soon as possible. Xiaoyu's parents refused, just about to leave when bodyguards stopped them, until they paid in full. Only then were they released, regretting, until their guts turned green. As for Xiaoyu on the other side, after going abroad, with no money, no education, no experience, even basic survival was difficult. Could only work odd jobs everywhere to get by. After seeing Xiaoyu's outcome, Lu Ruyan completely stopped caring. It didn't matter, after all his past sins had been paid for. He and she no longer had any relationship. She only wanted to find Pei Yu. Seeing Lu Ruyan busy all day, on the path of searching for Pei Yu, countless times missing the blind dates arranged for her. Madame Lu really couldn't stand it anymore, specially arranged a man into the company as a life secretary for Lu Ruyan. The young man was 1.87 meters tall, wearing a well-fitted white shirt, sleeves rolled up to the elbows, revealing firm, smooth lines. He carried a cup of coffee, quietly pushed open Lu Ruyan's office door, walked to her side, softly saying, Director Liu, I am your new secretary. Just call me Shi Yu. Hearing the 2 words Shi Yu, Lu Ruyan, busy with work, suddenly froze. She unconsciously looked up. The words she was about to say immediately stopped. Who are you? What are you doing here? I don't need any life secretary. Whoever told you to come, go find that person. Get out now. She darkened her face, directly knocked over the coffee cup in Shi Yu's hand, ignoring his hand being scalded red, then directly called the bodyguards to drag him out. When the bodyguards arrived, Shi Yu's face immediately turned pale. He hadn't expected Lu Ruyan to be so cold. He hurriedly spoke to stop them. Lu Ruyan, your mother sent me here to be your life assistant. She said she was very satisfied, values me highly, feels we are very compatible, wants us to get along. Your mother's words. You probably can't refuse to listen. Seeing her silent, Shi Yu thought she had listened, continued, although you're married, I don't mind, because you're so outstanding. After we're together, I just want you to completely forget your previous husband. Wholeheartedly treat me well is enough. Aunt Lu said she hopes we get along soon, get married soon. What do you think? He smiled generously, raising his head to look at Liu Ruyan expectantly. Her face darkened bit by bit, the aura around her suppressed to the extreme. Suddenly, she curled her lips, revealing a dangerous smile. All right. Before Shi Yu could rejoice, to be happy for a moment, she quickly darkened her face. You want to get married? Then go find my mother, that old woman. Or, if you can accept, I can also take you to my father's bed. Anyway, marrying anyone is still marrying. All are marrying into the Liu family. As soon as these words were spoken, there wasn't a drop of blood left on Shi Yu's face. He forced 2 laughs, hurriedly waving his hands. No need. I don't have that blessing. Let's not meet again. After speaking, he left like he was fleeing, as if chased by dogs. Lu Ruyan's deep black eyes stared in the direction he left, her expressionless face somewhat frightening. She suddenly slammed her fist on the table. Well done. She almost squeezed out these words from deep in her throat. Father, mother, if you like arranging blind dates so much, then the next ones, you can deal with them yourself. For several consecutive days, Liu Ruyan arranged for Mr. Liu and Mrs. Liu, countless beauties, handsome men with all different styles, only hating that she couldn't use every trick, use all methods like making scenes, playing dirty. Finally, Mother Liu couldn't bear it anymore. She furiously came to find Liu Ruyan. Slap. The sound rang out. A crisp slap landed on her face. Unfilial daughter, you don't want blind dates this badly. Fine. I'll grant your wish. You want to know Pei Yu's whereabouts. I can tell you. Just hope after you get there you won't regret it. Don't worry, mother. I won't regret it, Liu Ruyan firmly said. Mother Liu coldly laughed once, but laughed without speaking, only thinking to herself. Hope after she goes to country Y, she'll still remain as calm as now. She knew what Pei Yu had experienced abroad, but didn't intend to tell Liu Ruyan, so she just casually found an address, sent it to Liu Ruyan's phone. Now, Pei Yu is settled in the northern district of City H. The specific location you'll have to find yourself. From now on, I won't arrange blind dates for you anymore. I'll wait for the day you regret and come back to me, begging to go on blind dates, she coldly said, and enjoyed observing her every reaction. After hearing country, why? Liu Ruyan's eyebrows furrowed so tightly they could kill mosquitoes. Why country why? Mother, you're not joking with me, are you? Did you send the wrong address? I clearly had people investigate. He's not in country Y at all. Otherwise, how could Jiang Ni not find him? Mother Liu sneered. I certainly didn't send the wrong address. Whether it's true or not, you go there and see for yourself. Besides, you think anyone is truly dedicated to helping you find someone? Her face full of mockery. Seeing Liu Ruyan's heart increasingly mocked. Things have come to this. She was also too tired to stay any longer. So, after taking her purse, she walked straight out, leaving only Liu Ruyan, sinking in silence and self-doubt. At this moment, an impossible thought suddenly arose in her mind. Could Jiang Ni have been deceiving her from the start? Was it for that bit of benefit that Jiang Ni agreed to help her, or was it for Pei Yu himself? Somehow, Liu Ruyan felt a bit afraid to think further. She just deceived herself, repeatedly telling herself, it can't be. It absolutely can't be. Yu will only like me, cannot change his heart. Besides, Jiang Ni and Yu have never met before. How could there be any connection? It must be that each lamp brightens its own house. Jiang Ni was too useless, couldn't find him in time. After deceiving herself, Liu Ruyan tidied herself up a bit. With the fastest speed, went to the northern district of City H. City H was very prosperous. The northern district vast with many residents. Finding someone randomly was like looking for a needle in the sea. Moreover, Liu Ruyan wasn't familiar with this place. She just hurriedly texted Jiang Ni, asking for her address, planning to use her power to help find the person. Jiang Ni couldn't find him. That was because she was useless. Doesn't mean I can't find him. Liu Ruyan felt somewhat indescribably anxious. Her heart kept beating, urging her to hurry, faster, or it would be too late. However, hours passed. She still hadn't received a reply from Jiang Ni. At the same time, Jiang Ni was kissing me passionately, her hot lips and tongue continuously invading, devastating, as if wishing she could swallow me whole. After a long while, she slowly released me. My pale face flushed red, looking at Jiang Ni clinging to me, panting, her breath falling on my collarbone, bringing a numbing sensation. I felt a bit uncomfortable, pushed her away, trying to create distance between us. What's with you today? Why are you so crazy? Jiang Ni wouldn't let go, pressing her forehead against mine. In the moment our breaths mingled, she pouted her eyes down pitifully, showing me that message on her phone. Yu, your ex-wife has come, here looking for you. She wants to use my power to find you. Tell me, do you want to appear before her or not? I was stunned for a moment. Never thought after 4 months, Liu Ruyan would still come looking for me. I thought after the divorce, she would either compromise, follow family arrangements, find a man of matching status to marry and have children, or she would be with Xia Yu, once again going against family to marry. After a moment of silence, I shook my head. Jiang Ni, I don't want to see her, don't want to appear before her. Seeing her, I only think of my painful memories, only think of my father, who died because of her indulgence towards Xia Yu. If from the beginning, my father couldn't find a suitable bone marrow donor and had to leave this world, I would have accepted it and peacefully lived the rest of my life with him. But ironically, Liu Ruyan had found a suitable donor, and she could treat Xia Yu as well as she wanted. Why did she have to, at the moment my father was dying, refuse to donate bone marrow to my father, causing my father's death? As long as this remains, I will never be able to forgive her, I said chokingly, my eyes gradually reddening. Just seeing Liu Ruyan's face, I can't help but think of my father who died in despair. Originally, I had left, never wanting to appear before Liu Ruyan again. Also because I lacked ability, so couldn't take revenge on her. But why is she coming to find me now? I don't want to see her at all. Seeing my attitude so determined, Jiang Ni, of course, could only listen to me, so she just casually replied, saying she was currently not in the country. Most of her forces also had other arrangements. No time to help her find someone. What she promised her would be done sooner or later, but not now. After successfully sending the message, she also didn't care about Liu Ruyan on the other side, what her reaction would be. Just turned off the phone, threw it aside, hugged me tightly, enjoying the warm moment. Don't worry, as long as you don't want to see her. I won't let her appear before you. If you want to take revenge on her, help, anytime. Let's temporarily put the past behind us. Don't be upset about those things anymore. Listening to the strong heartbeat in her chest, I gradually calmed down. My mood relaxed. However, I still couldn't help but ask that question. Jiang Ni, why are you so good to me? After coming to country A, I was in a strange land. Though I had money, I felt somewhat at a loss. Everything here didn't feel like it belonged to me, like visiting someone else's home. I tried to integrate, but always felt something was missing. Until one day, my neighbor suddenly changed from an old lady to Jiang Ni. My life underwent earth-shattering changes. She was mixed race. Her features exquisite like a divine masterpiece. Yet her personality was very gentle, would share cooked meals, would help me solve small daily problems, would give me some interview advice, teach me some local language habits. Gradually, we became increasingly closer and closer, until one day, I successfully completed a major project. Overjoyed, drank at home to celebrate. When I got drunk and collapsed, Jiang Ni happened to come by with something for me. Seeing me fallen on the floor in deep sleep, she felt a bit worried, so she helped me to bed, carefully tucked me in, just about to leave. I unconsciously held her tightly, not letting go. Jiang Ni had no time to react, accidentally lost balance, fell on top of me. In that moment, our eyes met. My mind blurred for a moment, not knowing whether I initiated first or she did. We just kissed, forgetting everything, lips and tongues continuously entangled. Waking up the next morning, I looked at the woman lying beside me, only feeling a terrible headache. Although it was just kissing, it had already crossed the boundary of friendship. Seeing Jiang Ni wake up, I blurted out, Jiang Ni, let's forget everything that happened last night. Pretend nothing happened. Almost immediately, her face turned black as ink, her eyes rolling with possession and stubbornness. No. Jiang Ni flatly refused, even forced me to intertwine our fingers, staring at me. I don't want to forget. Last night was my first kiss. Our family values deep feelings and loyalty. You've kissed me, so you must take responsibility for me. Faced with her burning gaze, I unconsciously avoided it, stammering advice. But I've been married once before. Us being like this isn't very good. Besides, it was just kissing. After pretending this didn't happen. Completely forget. As long as you don't mention it, no one will know. Still pure. I spoke with decreasing confidence. Jiang Ni knew this was a bit fast, but she didn't want to give up this opportunity. So she persisted, demanding I take responsibility, and said she didn't care that I had been married before. One day unsuccessful, then 10 days. Anyway, I could kiss her, proving that in my heart I wasn't completely without feelings for her. Who knows how long we argued. Finally, I compromised, vaguely staying together. As for the future, I hadn't thought about it. After experiencing what happened with Liu Ruyan, I didn't want to start a new marriage so quickly, just wanted to enjoy the present. Anyway, future things, who can predict? There was a time when I also firmly believed Liu Ruyan loved me deeply, would only love me, but after Xiaoyu appeared, she treated him differently. Yu Ruyan couldn't remain consistent. I couldn't help but doubt. Marrying Jiang Ni would cost too high a price. If it weren't for Mother Liu disliking me, perhaps I would never have successfully divorced. Now Jiang Ni's identity was clearly not ordinary either. I didn't dare risk trying once more. Jiang Ni had once confessed. She knew Liu Ruyan and was commissioned by Liu Ruyan to find me. But why she abandoned Liu Ruyan's commission? I didn't understand. Jiang Ni always said it was because she liked me, so she gave up. But I didn't believe it. Even love at first sight would be too sudden. So I couldn't help but ask Jiang Ni why she was so good to me. Jiang Ni knew the worries and insecurities in my heart, so she confessed everything. I am not lying to you. Actually, from the beginning when I accepted Liu Ruyan's commission, I never intended to really hand you over to her in exchange for benefits. Long before you knew, I already liked you. This statement of hers caught me by surprise. I continuously searched my memories, thinking about when I had met Jiang Ni. But with Jiang Ni's outstanding appearance and extraordinary status, if we had met, I certainly couldn't have forgotten. However, before I could ask, she continued explaining, You've never officially met me, but I've seen you countless times. At that time, the Jiang family had changes. I was sent back to the country to study, because I didn't want to stand out too much. I always kept my hair very long, my whole person gloomy and silent. My knowledge of the country foundation wasn't good. Your father was my mentor. He taught me many details with patience. You were playing nearby at that time, occasionally, helping, teaching me. Later, if not for the Jiang family needing me, going abroad to take over family power, perhaps I would have always stayed by your side. If that were the case, I absolutely wouldn't have given Liu Ruyan a chance to approach you. As she spoke, Jiang Ni's eyes turned cold, carrying a hint of hatred. After several deep breaths, she calmed down. She continued, After knowing you were married, I didn't want to disturb your life, so I stayed abroad, no longer interacting. Never expected you would one day divorce and go abroad. The moment I received Liu Ruyan's news, I almost went crazy with excitement. I found you as quickly as possible, stayed by your side, helped you, and gradually got along with you. Just like how you treated me before. I like you. Just want you to gradually like me too. Hearing these words, I was somewhat stunned. Never thought the Jiangni before me. I was that sister who used to speak inarticulately. The difference was really too great, completely unable to connect them. It turned out in a corner I didn't know about. Jiang Ni had always loved me, but I seemed somewhat unworthy of her feelings. I lowered my head a bit self-consciously, pressed my lips together, heart tangled like a mess. Jiang Ni glanced at me and saw through my thoughts, hugged me tightly. I don't care about your past. I know all your worries and fears. Also hope to help you step out of pain. Welcome a completely new life. I just want you by my side. Whether we marry or not doesn't matter. If one day I do something wrong to you, you can bravely take revenge on me, completely leave me. I just hope you won't suffer grievances anymore. Just bravely be yourself. So don't be self-conscious, and don't worry anymore. I want to take revenge on Liu Ruyan too. Just do what you want to do. That's enough. I hugged her to my chest, buried my face. Couldn't hold back tears after father passed away. No one loved me unconditionally anymore, protected me. Even Liu Ruyan, who once loved me most, became someone who bullied me. I didn't dare cry, couldn't cry either, until now. I finally dared to cry out loud. Yes, I should step out of it too. Pei Yu is very clear. Before all my calmness and indifference were pretended. Although I had gone abroad, everything that happened with Liu Ruyan still continuously affected me. I hadn't truly found myself again, but now I finally sobered up. The person who hurt me, only after being revenged upon. Could the knot in my heart dissolve? Could I truly return to myself? So, after a period of silence, I finally wiped away my tears, looked up at her. Jiang Ni, thank you for always being by my side. I want you to help me take revenge on Liu Ruyan. I want her to experience enough suffering, then completely let her go. Forget her. All right, all as you wish. The next day, Jiang Ni suddenly sent a message to Liu Ruyan. Just an address, a cafe at the corner of the Northern District, City H. Very soon, Liu Ruyan replied with a question mark. Jiang Ni, what do you mean? Of course I am inviting you to meet here. I've found Pei Yu. Seeing this statement from Jiang Ni, Liu Ruyan almost went crazy with joy. She hadn't seen Pei Yu for over 4 months, every day after separation. Her mind was filled with images of me. She really missed me very much. She really couldn't live without me. Now finally able to meet again. Liu Ruyan didn't have time to think deeply. While yesterday Jiang Ni said she wasn't in the country, was busy, but today could bring Pei Yu here. She only focused on preparing for tomorrow's meeting. After trying countless outfits, finally choosing one, having it ironed, then set aside. Fresh flowers and gifts were also prepared. Until everything was in place, Liu Ruyan lay down in bed content. She thought tomorrow everything would end. She would take a Yu home. A night without dreams. Liu Ruyan rarely slept so well. Changing clothes, bringing everything prepared beforehand. She went to the cafe as fast as possible. Who knows how long she waited. Pei Yu still hadn't appeared. There was a moment. She almost thought that message was Jiang Ni deceiving her. Just as she was about to text a question, the wind chimes at the door rang. Ding, 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 ding. Clear and pleasant. Today, the entire cafe had been reserved. The person coming could only be Pei Yu. She carried joy in her heart, continuously rehearsing in her mind the apologies she had prepared countless times. But when the door pushed open, the person entering wasn't just Pei Yu. Only saw Pei Yu smiling lightly, hand in hand with Jiang Ni, holding hands walking toward Liu Ruyan. An instant cold shower poured over Liu Ruyan's heart. She only felt like falling into an ice pit, all the blood in her body turning cold. Pei Yu, what does this mean? She struggled to curl her lips, forcing a smile uglier than crying. Her hand on the table continuously tightened, clenched into a fist, as if the next moment she would lunge forward to slap Jiang Ni. My face indifferent, I calmly raised for her to see. The hand intertwined with Jiang Ni's. Can't you tell? We're together now. Currently in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. What did you want to find me for? The two hands, one large, one small, intertwined, pierced into Liu Ruyan's eyes. She only felt her heart cut with pain, hurt to the point that breathing became difficult. After taking a deep breath, she hoarsely questioned word by word. I never agreed to divorce you. How can you be with her? You know she approached you for benefits. Can you be a bit more clear-headed? She stared at me intently, said seriously. At this moment, Jiang Ni spoke up to interrupt. Her words, Liu Ruyan, the Jiang family is firmly in my hands. I don't need those little benefits from you. Initially agreeing to help you find Pei Yu, I was only because I found your behavior ridiculous. Pei Yu and I are true love. Today, we specially came to warn you. Don't appear before us again in the future. We only find it annoying. No, Pei Yu, you're just joking, aren't you? Liu Ruyan's eyes darkened, her black pupils almost letting in no light. She forced a smile and said, before I could speak. She immediately made a decision, grabbing my hand, pulling me outside. Come with me. Let's go back home and remarry. Everything today. Pretend it never happened. Treat this as a joke of yours. I know you're angry about your father's matter and the matter with Xia Yu. One by one, I will make it up to you. Even my mother cannot stop us from being together. She ignored my struggling, forcefully pulling me along. Let go. I yanked my hand away. slapped her hard. Lu Ruyan, I don't love you anymore. From the moment my father died because of you, I will only hate you for the rest of my life. Now I am living happily with Zhang Ni. What right do you have to make me go back with you? Stop joking. This slap didn't just hit her face, it hit her heart. Lu Ruyan only felt deep in her heart. A piercing pain transmitted. Her entire heart seemed soaked in acid. Extremely uncomfortable. Silent for a long while. She finally slowly uttered a few words. I am sorry. I really know I was wrong. The proud daughter of heaven had always been arrogant. For the first time, bowing her head like this. But I didn't care at all. Zhang Ni also sneered mockingly. Liu Ruin, if apologizing worked. What would we need police for? Because of you? Pei Yu has suffered so much hurt, endured so much hardship. Don't you know in your heart? If you sincerely want to apologize, then you better suffer all those injuries at once, before saying these words of apology. After speaking, she waved her hand, calling a group of bodyguards over, surrounding Liu Ruyan. But she didn't immediately let the bodyguards act. Instead, turned to look at me. Should we do it? Go ahead. My expression was indifferent, not caring at all. Lu Ruyan's eyes were bloodshot, staring at me intently. Fine, Pei Yu. If this is what you want to see, then I won't resist. Let you torture me. Consider it atonement for you. She closed her eyes, silently waiting for the bodyguards to act. I grabbed Liu Ruyan's collar, saying cruel words. Remember well, it's me torturing you, not you actively atoning. I don't like that. After speaking, I let go, released her, threw her to the ground. Liu Ruyan had no intention of resisting, just made a soft mim sound then, let the bodyguards punch her body repeatedly. She was in so much pain her body curled up like a shrimp, moaned a few times, but still tried to endure, not resisting at all. Fists and kicks poured down, like incessant rain falling on her body. Who knows from when? This beating finally ended. I just coldly looked at her, slowly said, Liu Ruyan, this beating is to compensate for all the hurt you caused me. If not for your indulgence, Xia Yu would never have dared hurt me like that. If you appear before me again next time, the punishment won't be as easy as this time. Liu Ruyan, I don't love you anymore. Continuing to pursue me has no meaning. After speaking, I left with Jiang Ni without hesitation. When leaving, Jiang Ni turned her head back, throwing Liu Ruyan a challenging look, even mouthing, You're not as good as me. After saying this, she right in front of Liu Ruyan, deliberately kissed me, as if to prove they weren't acting. Pfft. Liu Ruyan was so angry her rage surged, spitting out a mouthful of fresh blood, then coughing violently, almost coughing up her internal organs. Cough, cough. Her eyes welled with tears. Heaven and earth seemed to collapse. Pain and grief quickly enveloped her entire body. Why is he with Jiang Ni? What makes Jiang Ni better than her? She didn't understand. She had only made a temporary mistake. She never wanted to harm Pei Yu's father. It's just, who could have expected the accident would happen? Liu Ruyan was in so much pain she closed her eyes, her heart full of bitterness. Who knows how long she had lain on the ground, before she finally struggled to get up, limping to the hospital. Before, whenever she was injured, I was always the most concerned. I would be heartbroken by her side, refusing to leave, sometimes even to care for her. I wouldn't care about rest, and when I was injured, she was even more so. But now, no matter how badly she was injured, I couldn't be heartbroken for her anymore. Liu Ruyan regretted immensely. She only hated why she had initially brought Xia Yu home, why she had indulged Xia Yu so many times, if from the beginning. She and Xia Yu had just been a transaction about bone marrow, cured early, for Pei Yu's father, sent Xia Yu away. Then would things be different now? Unfortunately, there is no medicine for regret in this world. Liu Ruyan lay on the hospital bed, her heart empty and desperate. After several days of rest, when she was about to check out of the hospital, she saw me frantically bringing Jiang Ni to the hospital. Doctor, quickly help her. She's bleeding a lot. The doctor signaled me to let go of Jiang Ni, seeing it was just a knife cut. Couldn't help adding a comment. Your relationship is really good, just a small wound, and her boyfriend is already so worried. Jiang Ni didn't feel anything was wrong, even smiled lightly and nodded in agreement. Yes, Pei Yu cares about me a lot, doesn't want to see me injured. My ears reddened slightly, a bit embarrassed. But you got hurt on your hand while cooking for me. Of course, I'd worried. After treating the wound, I gave Jiang Ni all sorts of instructions. Jiang Ni, I am not useless, unable to do anything. There are many things I can do too. But you're already injured. From now on, remember not to touch water. For anything, just call me. You got it? What about showering? She deliberately prolonged her voice, teasing. I pressed my lips together, hesitated for a moment, finally said softly, for that you can call me too. Anyway, it wouldn't be the first time we're open with each other. Liu Ruyan, not far away, heard these words clearly. Intense pain spread from her heart, quickly enveloping her entire body. She bit her tongue hard. The taste of blood immediately filled her mouth. The stabbing pain from her tongue traveled through, helping her become a little more clear-headed. Have they done everything already? It must be so. Pei Yu, why in just a few short months? You could so easily love someone else? Clearly, even I had never gone that far with Xia Yu. If you want to punish me, couldn't you use any other method? Why must it be like this? Her voice grew hoarse, revealing endless grief. But I had already gotten in the car with Jiang Ni, completely leaving, looking in the direction we left. Liu Ruyan only felt her heart cut with pain. her legs rooted to the spot. She stood for a long time, stood until her whole body was numb, before slowly lifting her feet to leave, her whole person weak and miserable, like a soulless shell. Right at this moment, her mother called with a mocking tone. Well? Saw Pei Yu, and seeing Li Ruyan silent, she already knew her answer. The mockery in her words grew stronger. Pei Yu has given up on you. It's not that you can't live without him. What are you still stubborn about now? What makes you think he will turn back? Or rather, what qualification do you have for him to turn back? The things that hurt him were all done by your own hands. No one forced you. Now you should see the reality. Continuing to drag on is just bringing suffering upon yourself. Mother has also helped you find several suitable people. After you return, you can meet them. After speaking, her mother didn't care about Li Ruyan's reaction and directly hung up. The purpose of notification had been achieved. That was enough. Anyway, sooner or later she would fail and return home. Li Ruyan silently listened for a long time. Also thought for a long time. Did she really have to give up now? But arranged marriages, getting married, having children, living a lifetime with someone she didn't love. This had never been the life she wanted. She only wanted to reunite with Pei Yu. Why was it so difficult if the rest of her life was just makeshift? Then what meaning did it have? Li Ruyan didn't want to live her whole life reluctantly like this. After a long while, she still decided to try a few more times. After all, when she had confessed to Pei Yu before, she hadn't confessed just once. Now it was just a challenge in a different way. She would save me. Finally, Li Ruyan thought of a method, called to arrange people to implement it at the same time. On the other side, after I finished work, I got into Jiangni's car, waiting to go home. Suddenly, a man rushed out in front of the car, falling straight to the ground. Jiangni's pupils contracted. She slammed on the brakes, stopping just before hitting the person. Due to inertia, my body was jerked forward. After coming to my senses, I unconsciously looked at Jiang Ni. It should be fine, right? I couldn't help worrying. Let me go check. Jiang Ni frowned, getting out of the car. Hello, sir. May I ask if you're injured? She used the local language to ask the man on the ground, but unexpectedly, the moment the man heard her voice, he quickly threw himself into her arms, pitifully saying, Miss, my leg hurts so much. Can you help me up or carry me? The moment he raised his face, Jiang Ni was stunned for a moment, then was embraced by him. Seeing me get out of the car, she hurriedly pushed the man away, quickly explaining, he looks somewhat like you. I was just stunned earlier, so was accidentally hugged by him. You don't misunderstand. I saw the whole process. Of course I won't misunderstand. I nodded. After clearly seeing the man's face on the ground, I unconsciously frowned. The man indeed looked somewhat like me, but more like the result of plastic surgery. His speech and expressions were a bit unnatural, but I didn't say much. Just said looking at his actions earlier, he probably wasn't hit by the car, likely faking it. Call someone to take him to the hospital. Jiang Ni made an sound, directly called for someone to handle it, not wanting to be touched by that man anymore, afraid of being misunderstood. But the man wouldn't let go and lunged at her. Miss, you hit me. You must take responsibility for me. Please don't leave. I am not inferior to the man beside you. Don't need him anymore. All right? He kept clinging to Jiang Ni, but he didn't know. Jiang Ni had never been someone easy to deal with. It was just different in front of me. Anyone who could stand firm in the Jiang family wasn't simple. Moreover, she was the head of the Jiang family. Jiang Ni's face immediately darkened, one hand gripping the man's neck, forcefully pushing him to the ground. Looks like we don't need to take you to the hospital anymore. Tell me, who exactly bribed you to seduce me? Beauty trap. This also counts? Her usually gentle eyes were now full of coldness. She threatened to step on him, grinding hard. The man was in so much pain, his face changed. Color, frightened, begging. Spare me. I won't dare anymore. I really won't dare anymore. I don't know who found me to seduce you. It was an anonymous account that bribed me. Seeing he wasn't lying, Jiang Ni finally released him roughly. Right after, she remembered I was still beside her, carefully looked at me, worried her image in my heart was damaged. I smiled understandingly. Don't worry. I understand you. It's not like you intentionally hurt others, did evil. I am not stupid. Seeing I didn't think too much, Jiang Ni was relieved, but she couldn't help pondering. At this time, who exactly would do such a thing? Targeting them? The two looked at each other, both thinking of the same person, Li Ruyan. I irritably frowned. This move is really troublesome. Seems like last time we were still too soft on her. How about proceeding with the previous plan? Hold a fake wedding once, to make Liu Ruyan completely desperate, Jiang Ni suggested. I thought for a moment, then nodded. All right, let's do as you say. But before that, we can pretend to let her lower her guard. Her plan to have someone seduce you certainly isn't this simple. After deciding how to handle it, Jiang Ni and I coordinated to perform a play. In the company, in restaurants, at home, several men who somewhat resembled me appeared. At first, she unhesitatingly refused, quickly drove them away, handling it cleanly, not giving me any chance to misunderstand. Until one night, returning from a party, she mistook a security guard for me, hugged him, let him help her into the room. Just as the security guard was about to undress, Jiang Ni immediately sobered up, quickly pinned him to the ground, and used rope to tie him up, tied him all night, even pressed a gun to his throat, softly threatening, "You'd better cooperate with our act. If you dare send a message to whoever bribed you now, the next second, you'll be dead." The security guard, seeing a gun for the first time, trembled with fear nonstop, desperately nodding. Yes, I'll cooperate. I'll cooperate. After taking away his phone, Jiang Ni threw him in the bathroom and simply rested with me on the bed for a night. The next day, untied the security guard. Let him go. The security guard had been tied up all night, body covered with bruises, face gaunt. Right after, I ignored Jiang Ni's attempts to stop me, red-eyed rushing out the door. Sure enough, at this time, Lu Ruyan's car was waiting not far away. I ran out red-eyed. She immediately pulled me into her car. Pei Yu, has Jiang Ni done something wrong to you? Tell me. I'll help you punish her. I told you Jiang Ni isn't worthy of you. She absolutely isn't suitable for you, she said angrily. I covered my face with both hands, softly sobbing. But now I only love her. I am sorry, Ruyan. I don't love you anymore. Also can't immediately let go of Jiang Ni. Hearing this, Lu Ruyan held her breath. The flame of anger in her heart burned more fiercely. She couldn't help roaring. Pei Yu, are you joking with me? You couldn't accept me having some feelings for Xia Yu, yet can endure Jiang Ni sleeping with someone else? In just a few short months, you've come to love her this much? Then those years, you and I were together. What were they after all? She was so angry her eyes were bloodshot, about to crack. I laughed self-mockingly. Speaking of our years of feelings, when Xia Yu just appeared, didn't you change too? I am the same with Jiang Ni. I will try to let her go, but not now. I desperately closed my eyes, covering my ears, not hearing any sound. Only after a long while did I sigh, saying, Liu Ruyan, come with me to a place. I'll see Jiang Ni one last time, then completely give her up. Liu Ruyan, almost without thinking, completely blinded by joy, agreed without hesitation. After arriving at the address, I mentioned, just as she was about to speak, she was seized by her mother's people, even tied up with rope. Mother, what exactly are you trying to do? I want to take Pei Yu home. Let me go quickly. Her mother ignored her words. Chin gestured toward me, signaling I could leave. I changed my painful expression from earlier, left without hesitation, not turning back to look at Liu Ruyan once. Looking at my back, gradually she realized something. Her eyes reddened. A few tears of extreme grief rolled down. Hey, Liu Ruyan laughed self-mockingly. In an instant, understanding everything. You're all deceiving me, aren't you? I really thought Pei Yu wanted to come back to me. Her mother helplessly sighed. No choice, you have no ambition. Couldn't coax him back. Can only hopelessly follow me back home. But before returning home, Pei Yu still wanted to take revenge on you one last time. T is about to hold a wedding with Jiang Ni. Give up completely. As soon as the words ended, a romantic wedding march played. Following the music, an entire floor of the hotel was decorated dreamlike. Countless guests in elegant suits attended. Everyone smiled looking at the new couple on stage. The host solemnly asked the bride, do you agree to marry the man before you, in good times and bad, in sickness and in health, to love, respect him, protect him, until the end of your life? I do. Jiang Ni said without hesitation. I had a similar answer. The moment the I do was spoken, I looked through the crowd directly into Liu Ruyan's eyes, seeing the desperation in her eyes. I curved my lips in a smile, then put the ring on Jiang Ni, bent down to kiss her lips. Although it was just a fake wedding, all the wedding rituals were conducted to the highest standard. Liu Ruyan had no doubts. Her heart completely turned cold, letting Mother Liu take her home. Mother Liu, as usual, arranged blind dates for her. She neither agreed nor refused. Just when everyone thought she would submit, she went to the hospital to freeze her eggs, then went to the temple to shave her head, dedicating herself to Buddhism, no longer asking about Liu family matters. Without receiving cultivation,